This is a test for audio. Audio check. 1, 2, 3. How can you hear me? Testing music. Thank you. This is a test for audio. Audio check. 1, 2, 3. Sounds great. All right, let's do it. Hello, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me on Deck Test Live, where I test out Yu-Gi-Oh decks that I've created against meta, non-meta, rogue, whatever it may be. I am posting my results on YouTube so that way other Yu-Gi-Oh fans are able to take my ideas and creativity and improve upon them, and such that we can have a better decks, better competition, more theory, all that kind of stuff. So thank you for joining me today, and let's get started. So this is a Zefra deck here. I've been working on it for the past couple of weeks now. I think I've gotten it refined to a point where it's rogue compatible. Perhaps it can compete with some meta. Um, from the start, we got 3 Zefrath, your searcher, Zefranui, another searcher. And this is kind of the running theme of this deck is basically it's almost like a one-card turbo engine. So Zefrath, Zefranui, 3 more copies of Zefrath and Zefranui, and then another 3 copies of Zefrath and Zefranui, and then 1 extra copy there. And the combo is Zefrath searches Zefranui, which special summons to get yourself Path. Path is a floodgate, which slows down the game enough such that Zefra can actually play it. Now, the benefits of pendulums is that we can abuse Dark Dragoon, and we can also take advantage of our Pot of Extravagance here, since each of these cards have good abilities to pop, negate, and just like some of them are relatively big. We have 1900, 2000, and then 3450, so we're not too worried about getting over stuff. So the extra deck isn't really needed that much. Now, I did include triple tactics, just honestly, so that way when they ash this, I can steal a monster. And it works great, like, every time. Or even when they use any kind of monster ability. Like, the mind control ability is just way too strong because it doesn't target. And then finally, like, the utility cards, Zefra War and Divine Strike, are used to effectively just respond to your opponent. And the win con in this game, it's basically to out-resource your opponent. You don't really have a lot of attacking power. You do have OTK potential, depending on what you get on your extra deck after the Extravagance raffle, but otherwise not so much. Now, extra deck, like I said, we can abuse Dark Dragoon. Honestly, this is like the only one that you don't want to banish off Extravagance, but you know, it's 1 out of 14, so you're not too worried about it. Dark Dragoon Searcher. And then we have just, I like this guy just because he's a nice little snatch steal, and in a pendulum deck, he's relatively easy to abuse. Just another Zefra name for summoning Zefrath. Then we got Blackluster, access code for taking out big guys, and then this guy is just honestly like a kaiju, especially in pendulum decks because it's easy to shit out 3 monsters. Like that's all you really need is you need 3 monsters, and if your opponent has a link too, it's over. You get a pretty big beast. Bagooska's broken. Monster Pop. This is all kind of its own little package, so I call it the Zeus Smasher. You go Lightning, Smash, and then Zeus. And this guy here, another Snatch Steal. I love the Snatch Steal effects, especially when they don't target, just because cards these days are so broken. So, like, if we can take advantage of our opponent's boss monsters, it's always a benefit. Board wipe, like, and another like targeted destruction. I was considering playing instead of this guy, like the Link God Dragon, but this guy's just too broken. And then finally, the Biru, he's kind of shit. Everyone makes a negate before they have 5 summons. Destroy everything. You use this and in conjunction with this or evenly matched to basically wipe out a board, and then for back row heavy decks, you're not too worried about back row, but it's all right. So let's get started. There we go. And see what we got. So the way this combo works is pretty simple. We just need a low scale. So let's just grab one quickly. And we already have Path, which is awesome. We actually have another Providence too. So let's abuse that and get a Dark Dragoon out. So to do that, we basically just need another monster. It doesn't matter what it is, since we're only playing Zefras. Personally, I like to get Zefra Wendy out, but because we can't search low scales, we actually want to basically add them to our hand. That way we can use them later. Since what's going to end up happening is when we activate the non-Zefrath, that locks in our other scales. So if you have a high scale in Zefrath, you can only search low scales with them, and if you have a low scale Zefrath, you can only search high scales. So with that, the rest of the deck plays relatively easily. Zefrath searches Zefrani. Now we can activate Path because it requires a 1 and a 7. And from here, we just Pendulum Summon our 2 monsters. And this basically ends us on a board of Dark Dragoon, Divine Strike, and Providence Protected Zephyr Path. Which I have found most decks cannot play against. They just lose. Okay, so it looks like we might have banished our Verte Anaconda, so that's okay. This board itself is still very strong. What is this? Ice barriers, okay. I don't even know how this deck plays. Looks kind of scary. So normally people don't read what Zefra path does, and they end up doing a combo that they can't complete. And I think that's what's happening here. Yeah, now this deck wasn't very good. Um, Back when Firewall Dragon was legal, just for the fact that a lot of searching was add to hand, and then you special summon whatever you searched. Now as like the format has evolved, and also decks have gotten even faster, so instead of just adding to a hand and then special summoning, now it's just special summon from deck or graveyard or extra deck. Um, for a good example is like Tri Brigade. Um, and yeah, like I think this right here, he's kind of realized he can't really do much. Not sure what was the point of that. Right, so here I believe we can OTK. Basically, oh, look at that one. Does absolutely nothing. Really old tech. Oh, that does do anything. Just continue the game plan. So I mean, like right here, we can just Utopia 4K, and then sure I can make up the remaining damage there. I keep forgetting we banished all my like monsters though, so guess we'll do it this way. Okay. Well, the effect's already activated, so whatever. Yeah, and that's kind of how this deck works. Is each Zefra has like a good utility effect that works on either pendulum summon or an alternative condition. And then the alternative conditions just mesh really well with each other. So that's exactly what we're seeing here. And I think in this case, I'm just going to try and push for game. Get that one. All right. Oh, I banished the horse too. So like, it does. Extravagance isn't the best card, but like I said, we don't really need like the rest of these, so it's all right. Now I can actually protect this with Zefra Path. It'll just pop the Divine Strike, but I'll also board wipe him at the same time, so... It gets a game state I can't complain about. What do I want up top? Take that guy. Yeah, and that's how that works. Yeah, you could try Desires in this deck. I don't think it'd cause too many issues. It'd just be the same idea. Like, you're either going to be missing something in your extra deck that you could have used or your main deck that you could have searched, just because your deck is highly searchable. You could search first and then Desires, but this deck kind of just needs a lot of cards right from the get-go. So I don't believe it's a good idea. Like, next turn, we should be able to game him. Actually, I like this card quite a bit. Macro for spells and traps. Part of the game that I've always enjoyed is this power creep or evolution of it. It adds to it in a way, in that we're constantly able to see how they're able to push the boundaries. And so, like, this Ice Barriers deck, when Zefra was released, was trash, but it's obviously improved quite a bit with new cards. In fact, I don't even remember if any of these cards even existed in the old one. It's just a name at this point, but right, like, what is a name? Evolution. Oof. That is a, what the hell is this guy? Wow, that is strong. It's untargeting too. Finish the Zefra. That's an insane card. All right, so this is exactly why I like triple tactic. right there. It's like, okay, you did this. Then I did this. Thank you. Have a linked monster. You could modify this extra deck too, but personally, I like it the way it is. Yeah, that's it. It's game for him. Oh, wow. That's going to be another Trish. Duke the field. Well, this was unfortunate. This game. I mean, when Dark Dragoon gets banned, like this deck will lose a lot of power. You know, I'm not even going to let him have it. Bam. All right, what does Ice Barriers have for game two? What is this card? Hey. No, I'm just gonna wait for him to trash. Whoa, that was fast. Not trash. Good effect. May like take more cards or something. Oral of Sound. I feel like this extra deck sucks. All right, let's see what we got. Huh. Interesting cards. Whoa. It's out to get me here. I think that might be game for me. Oh, Jesus. This entire King's only 2K. You have no idea how much I want to attribute some of this Dark Magician right now. Uh, just want to test, but can you hear me? Okay, it looks like it's working. This desktop audio is not being captured. Oh well. Let's play some music in the background if you're finding it rather dull. Uh, we are still pretty screwed. Oh my god. I'm gonna be dead. What's that? 37? 3100? Strong ass fucking card. Oh, this is so strong. This is why I say meta does not represent reality. Plan for a meta all you want. All it takes is a little ice barriers to get on your day. You just happen to do a lot of shit that hurts. Damn. Oh, strong stuff. Wow. Ice barriers are strong AF. I don't think I need any of these. Sad part. Oh no, I fucked up. Okay, well, gives everyone a good shot to look at how it works going second. I do love how if you ever put a brick in your deck, you're guaranteed to see it first. Like just imagine it this way, you're not bricking your deck, you're bricking your hand. Put these on there. That's a part of deck building, right? But unfortunately, like with some engines, like the power is just too good. Like I hate it for all the haters out there for Dark Dragoon, but the fact is, man, this is just a broken sequence and just happens to be too fucking good. Sure, Konami fucking knows about it, did it all fucking intentionally and everything, but we as duelists have to sit here and face facts. We have to understand. We gotta read every fucking card. Like, what is this? Okay. Like, what a fun guy. Can I OTK? Yeah, this is why I love Pendulum. Is because the mechanic's inherently broken. Like these cards are not net. You don't go -2 to pen summon. You go +1 to pen summon, and that's just like the fact. Like so that was +1. Now we're going +2, and this is actually a +3 since it has a graveyard effect. So. What do I want? Obviously. So like I can do that. And like I said before, but this is where shit just gets stupid. If you want to make good decks, you're just going to have to accept the fact you need to put in good cards. Right? There's a reason why cards have rarity in this game. This game was designed to be this way. Oh. These guys. Yeah, a lot of people think they need to pop Oracle because it searches a card. That is not the one you want to pop, but I mean, there's no real options to pop, so. Set it like that. And this is the ideal first turn board you actually want, is Dark Dragoon. Ideally, you can actually search an extra card to have this, but you want Dark Dragoon, Divine Strike, and Path. And then a Providence Engraved to protect that path, so that way you don't have to use either of these two negates on it. You can focus on using them offensively. You can use Divine Strike to protect your Dark Dragoon, and then Dark Dragoon is an offensive one, and just let Path, like, let the Zefra engine do its own thing. Eventually, I can expect, like, this engine to be just, like, the problem with Path is you need to have 2 Zefra cards in your Pendulum Zone, and these 2 Zefra cards are worthless. But with the Dual Sophia Chord or Soulfowl Chord archetype, I mean, you can just clear your scales whenever you need to, and as long as, like, you don't pop the cards, Path stays on field. And in any Pendulum deck, it's makes it superior to any other deck. Just because I mean, yeah, you're subject to this, but Pendulum decks don't care about this type of floodgate. So, like, in a Pendulum format, Zefra will probably be shit. But, like, it will probably be an engine in that format. In that, like, you'll have 3 of these, 3 of those, 1 of these, 3 of these, and 3 of those Zefra anyway. That'll be it. Yep, that's it. Alright, let's do it again. See what we can get. Looks like I'm out of time, guys. I'll catch you all later. Thanks for tuning into my live stream. We'll do some more Zefra, so I'll post a notice or something so you guys know when to expect it. Thanks for coming in.